everybody. Welcome back. If you've just joined us here on Sport Federation TV, you'll know that we've got so much to talk about from a world of sport in the Western Cape. All our federations, close on 200 federations in the province, extremely busy. That's, of course, provincial federations and district federations across the various municipal districts in the Western Cape. One of our sport codes that has been doing really well is, of course, Western Cape boxing. Now, in addition to the events and the kids having so much success recently, where they went, I think, to Johannesburg to compete and brought back a whole lot of medals under some very difficult conditions, at a local level, Western Cape, Cape Town boxing and our structures are certainly doing well. More recently, Western Cape boxing held a coaches and referees course, or judges and referees course. And in studio with me, I've got Adib Sali from 16-ounce Boxing to tell us a little bit more. Did I get that right, Adib?
Yes, yes.
It was a referees and judges.
It's a referee and judges course, yes.
Referees and judges course, yeah. So why is, how difficult is it to do a referees and judges course?
Well, it's pretty easy to do a referee and judges course, but I think the hardest part of it is you have to have a deep sense of passion for it. I think boxing has been very popular throughout the last time since COVID, especially with, you know, a lot of influencer boxing, and it's taken a lot of popularity with people doing it in homes. But there are certain dangers attached to doing the sport, and I think specifying and being able to know when boxers are in danger, knowing also that a referee and judge is there to keep both boxers safe, that's probably the most important part of what we try and teach in the course. So it's easy to do, but it's also not a game at the end of the day.
Because I've been to some of your events, your amateur work. Of course, we're talking here about amateur boxing now, but there is a crossover for amateur boxing into pro boxing. But I've been to your amateur boxing events, and I must say, everything always looks very organized. For example, you've got fighters, like the Olympics, because for the folks, if you haven't seen it, it's the same as the Olympics. The sport code, you've got a fighter in red and a fighter in blue. They've got headgear on. Everything is organized in a very structured manner. There's specific rules, not like pro boxing, which is a little bit more loose, you know, glitz and glamour, and that amateur boxing is very organized.
So if I can just shed some light on that. So amateur boxing has, they have different structures of sports, so different structures of rules based on sanctioning bodies, and we belong to the IBA structure, which is the Olympic standard. So we try to keep to that standard, whereas with pro boxing, it's a little bit, it's similar to cricket, where the rules can differ, where some days you play 5-day international, some days you play pro 20. So there's small rules between the different sanctioning bodies on a pro level. But on an amateur level, we try and keep, or open boxing level, we try and keep everyone safe and try and keep the level of competition very high. So what you would have seen over there, I think the most important part for me, the most beautiful part for me to see is if you're speaking to kids from as young as 12 years old, or you know, high school kids, and you ask them, why are you here? Why do you compete? What are you here to do? And they'll tell you they've got gold on their minds. They see themselves as being top 1, top 2, top 3, and the kids' competition levels are really high. So to integrate that level of competition and a strong, I'd say a good healthy level of competition, it's also very important for us.
You mentioned the kids joining boxing. It still comes across to us that boxing is the access sport that anybody can do, and it's a sport that really brings out the best of people from difficult environments, although we look for that in all sport. But boxing has been always associated with that, bringing individuals from a difficult background maybe into a boxing space to learn something physical, to teach them about morals and values in the sport.
I think that's due to the history of boxing and where the development takes place. So you will notice that boxing, as opposed to other sports, I'd say all sports are able to go out into impoverished communities,
Yeah.
but where boxing is able to go to is in the cracks and the crevices of those communities. So it appeals in the places where no one else is able to get to. Also, if you look at it from a competitive point, so from a young age, if you're able to learn the foundations of striking sports, I think it's in the modern times, it opens up many doors for you. So boxing is able to give a dynamic of striking that other striking sports aren't able to give, especially when it comes to range contact, high volume striking, and these are things that also get picked up in other sports like mixed martial arts, like your kickboxing, like your other striking sports. So having that foundation at a young age just makes it so much easier to pick up other striking sports. Like they pick it up like second nature also. Also, if you look at sports like mixed martial arts,
You've got to learn a little bit of stand-up fighting.
yeah, somewhere along the
Talk
lines.
to me a little bit more about 16-ounce boxing and the connection. We see you're wearing a Western Cape a boxing top. The connection between 16-ounce boxing and Western Cape open boxing. Obviously, you facilitated this workshop now, 2 days. Number of officials coming through the ranks. What do you guys do from a club point of view amongst the other clubs in the province?
I think what we do differently is a lot based on where we're located at 16 ounce. So
and you're of course in Observatory,
yes.
in Lower Main Road Observatory. Folks,
Yes.
by the way, take careful note, 16-ounce boxing is on Lower Main Road Observatory. So if you want to join a boxing club, there you go, 16-ounce boxing.
So, and OBS is a very vibrant community, so it's always been historically. So a lot of our members that do, not only compete at 16 ounce, but also are members at 16 ounce, they offer a vibrant community, especially for youth that are looking for opportunities. So I think it's very important how we differ at our gym is that you could have a kid coming from, a background and be exposed to so many different other individuals that play big parts in society. So we have guys that are, politicians, in tourism, in fitness, from all walks
I was
of
going
life.
to ask you now, if I don't want to compete, I don't want to be in the open boxing, I don't want to be a pro boxer, I just want to be fit, I want to learn a little bit about my body and maybe have a bit of self-defense, can I come to you?
Yeah. So we offer a very dynamic take on that. I'd say, especially post-COVID, a big part of I'd say staying fit is also mental fitness.
Yeah.
And like I say, you wanna open up that door to just everyone and just give everyone that opportunity to also realize, look, a gym is a safe space for you to have that release and for you to actually develop yourself and realize and meet that version 2.0, I'd say, of yourself.
Yeah.
So we offer that space. How we've been able to bridge the gap, I'd say, with Western Cape is that I myself was a Western Cape official. I used to be with the Sanabo program, so the national program, the provincial program also. I used to be the chairperson of the Referee and Judges Commission. I just took a little bit of time off to just focus on the 16-ounce thing. So we've got something good going over here now, and we have something to contribute towards Western Cape. So I have a deep sense of passion for it also. And Mr. Buking, I would say, the president of Western Cape Boxing, he's been a mentor to me for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
So.
Deb, we're gonna leave it at that. We're tight on time now. I'm gonna say thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing what 16-ounce boxing comes up with next, and Western Cape open boxing.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
There we go, folks. Adib Salih, 16-ounce boxing, of course, located in Observatory, Lower Main Road Observatory, part of the Western Cape open boxing structure, and City Mob, the Cape Town boxing structure. We've got amateur boxing structures in all of the districts. They're well organized. They're part of the official Sanabo, South African national boxing structure, and there's clubs that can look after you. So if you're interested in boxing, you're getting involved in boxing, look for a Sanabo, Western Cape, or open boxing club near you. But we certainly know that there's one in Observatory, 16-ounce boxing on Lower Main Road. We'll see you after the break. Don't go away.